Alright, well, greetings, welcome to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, Operation Canvasback, Season 1, Episode 1, The Can's Call, onslash from Labrador 5-4's end. Now, cans is a slang term for canvasback, and lately I've been into those ducks for some reason. I'll say the population is declining due to hunters, which of course really piss me off. And of course in these baggage trains here, these contain embryos. Just like the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World way, and of course life finds a way. These are due to go on another Ozark Airlines flight. And of course, Ozark Airlines is one of the airlines who of course teamed up to help bring ducks from the Duck Factory of America to Albuquerque, then eventually to places, west of the Mississippi River. So in this episode, of course, to begin with, of course, ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Ozark Airlines Flight 54, the Can's Call. Today we follow the echoes of Labrador 5-4 to Grand Junction, where the wetlands whisper hope. We're honored not only to carry passengers, but the legacy of healing and feathers. And of course, our flight attendants on board, the humans, are Sherpas from Mount Everest, which you could call Sagamartha or Kualamanga if you want. So, they say please stow your gear. Today's flight not only crosses the skies, and of course, stow your gear with heart, but memory and meaning. Our ducks are sacred guests. Treat them and each other with grace. And although English Labrador retrievers are supposed to retrieve the dead ducks from hunting, they understand, so roof healing begins with softness, snuggle up, no judgment here. Water bowls topped off by the jump seat. So right now, let me do a quick check around the plane. I'll just check the engine from out here, okay? Now, bearing in mind, this is going to take a while because, for old time's sake, these engines will take a long time to start up. And I'll be following YouTube tutorials on how to start this thing, because I don't fly these things very often. That's just a fact about me. Now, bearing in mind, I wanted to be an airline transport pilot as a boy. However, I've seen how I've seen how evil the industry really is, and of course, I'd rather act it out. The rest of you do the rest of the checks, okay? Hi. There's our chow truck here. Just check the trailing edge. Build the underbelly. Max tow angle do not exceed. It's gonna say the same thing over here. First officer, can you hear me up there? Alright, you have your emergency plan for takeoff? Which today is if I have an engine failure before V1, I'll land straight ahead. I'll close the throttle, yield to oncoming traffic. If I have an engine failure after V1, not north of Marriott, we'll come back the way we came in. And if we're past Marriott, or outside of Albuquerque, we'll either go to Coronado Airport, Double Eagle 2 Airport, Santa Fe Municipal Airport, look for places to land. And if we have to be in the shoes of Southern Airways Flight 242, we'll of course tell you to get in the brace position. The sun's so bright. Alright, what did I miss in the check? Okay, let me go inside and check the exit rows and galley, and we're golden. Now the rest of you, since of course Ozark Airlines volunteered to bring the Canvasbacks, alright, the rest of you came in through here. And the reason why we're flying Ozark and of course the DC-910 series is because, my heart felt like it, and the way I view it is that with this heart's desire of mine, we could fill every gap. You heard that correctly, we could fill every gap that needs Canvasbacks. And of course, Ozark Airlines, their hub city, their home hub, it is not far from the Duck Factory of America. Right now, all we really need is, of course, the cans to call. Right now, let me get a Canvasback to see if we're a sincere yes. And while the Sherpa, of course, while the Sherpas prepare the oxygen, we'll say that everything's just about set. So right now, the call to go is here. As altitude awaits, we prepare calmly. Oxygen reserves are verified. Serenity secured. If the skies tremble, we hold you steady. If the air thins, we restore breath. With the wisdom of Sagamarta, Kulamanga, or Everest, whatever you want to call it. Roof, emergency pups ready. We got belly rubs and backup tanks. Nobody flies alone today. This will be more than just a taxi roll, it's alignment. A duck's call, a Sherpa's trust, and a Labrador's faith, all saying yes. Cans are calling, the skies are listening. But right now, let me, of course, look for a Canvasback call to see if they agree. Alright, there it goes. This is what's going to be happening in the cabin too. And when we get the call, and when APU is on, start the safety briefing. If you've flown enough, you should know how it goes. Now, of course, this is going to take a while for me to start, because you know why? Just for authenticity purposes. You know? You heard me, just for authenticity purposes. This is why it's going to take a long time, so I recommend that you skip chapters. Wait a minute, I forgot to do the cabin check. I'll go back there right now. You know what you're doing? This will be a really quick one. You know how to open the door? Okay. Just like anywhere, really. You assess the situation, turn, pull, and, of course, open the soft ladder, which is that slide. And the ladder only leads down. Just like coming back from the Khumbu Icefall. And, of course, your flashlights, you use these in the dark. Just like you did in the Khumbu Icefall. Downstairs. You know how to operate these? Same thing will apply in the back. Alright, this is also a service door, so you know to crouch. Just like you did in some parts of the Khumbu Icefall. You also observe. And you turn, push, now you go. And of course, you know to serve the chow right here. Oh, we have 3 drakes, Canvasbacks right here. And of course we have a drake and a hen. You make up where they are seated. Now, of course, right here. I already checked the wing. I don't know. Alright. Let me just go to the wing exits to see what you know. Alright, up here are oxygen bottles and of course embryos. Or Canvasbacks. Because everybody else will re-engineer some Canvasbacks back to life the Jurassic Park way. So, you know how to get out? Now, the overhead bins. Well, I checked the wings. The overhead bins that are near the exit caps, those bags have to get out first. heard me correctly, everything up here has to get out first. And of course, let me show you how the doors open back here. And bear in mind, before we go out here, let me show you how the phone works. Or you know how to operate it back here, just not a whole lot of fancy features. Alright. Let me see. Hey. Also in the laboratory, keep this in mind too. Open door slowly and please do not smoke in there. Okay, I'll open it. Close it. Okay, first of all, we go here and let's see if the stairs are down really. Because I know I clicked the stair features here. Hey y'all, got the safety demo going? Okay. Okay, they're closed. And now, of course, let's go to the cockpit. Let me close this door. I gotta get back. Can you check the engines for me? You know what this means? I'm gonna have to open a tutorial again. I'm gonna follow along a tutorial from Joshua MD80. I'm gonna try that again today. And if I fail today, I must be breaking through like MK3 Zenith says, or the Quantum Grove. Get that door. Okay. Right now, we need a sincere call. Are we on? We're on! Okay, let me start up. Let me follow Joshua 757 exactly. Same here, cold and dark. Of course there's excuse me for burping, I meant to say. But then again, of course, let's start up. I'll do that. I'm going direct GPS. They're on. Gears down. I'll take this aircraft as it is. I'm not going off the chart here. Yeah, I'm not going off of that. Yeah, that co-pilot's on. Yeah. So am I. Fuel pumps on. No overhead lights. Okay, I'm doing for on. Mock test, I'm not gonna bother with that. No. Okay, what did you just arm? Rest kit for sure. Arm. I did that. I tested stall systems. Yeah, cabin altitude, go Everest. Yeah, it's gonna be 2.9 or 1. I'll set it to at most. You don't need RAM there. APU air. Air conditioning. Okay, those are on for sure. Right, these are on. Okay, there's movement. That's for now. Squawk code, let's do it automatically. Excellent. I don't want to do that right away. This auto. Okay, flaps. Turn the packs off. Okay, call for pushback. I'm doing my way.
Albuquerque ground Ozark flight 4 heavy request taxi for takeoff.
It's alright. We have ducks on board.
Ozark flight 4 heavy taxi and hold short of runway 8 Alpha Alpha 1. Contact tower on 103.3.
Taxiing hold short runway 8 via taxiway Alpha Alpha 1 Ozark flight 4 heavy.
Push it back.
Albuquerque
Let's
ground
push this thing
Ozark
back.
flight 4 heavy requesting pushback.
Push back. Push back. Way back.
Ozark flight 4 heavy pushback request accepted.
I don't know why I like this. They say I'm not liking it. Those hydraulics, and I'll make sure these are high. Let me turn it to the right.
Albuquerque ground Ozark flight 4 heavy requesting pushback tug to steer the aircraft to the right.
Ozark flight 4 heavy request submitted to the operator.
Ground Ozark flight 4 heavy requesting end of pushback.
Ozark flight 4 heavy request pushback received.
Alright, let me take a screenshot. Or should I? Well, it pushed back alright, so... Let's go all overdrive. I'm gonna see if I can start the engines from here. put it on high. Everything must be on high. Okay. I think I did put them on high. Okay, all fuel pumps on except for the center. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Though I may not be following this completely though. Alright. Alright, we're starting up now. I think I got it from here. Let me check on it. Just so you all know, I'm likely gonna follow YouTube tutorials while I fly at the same time because that's like my checklist, so to speak. Now, Labrador 5-4, bearing in mind that we don't fly very often. What are you doing? This is dangerous. How about that? At least I caught the air. Yeah, we're going flaps full for takeoff. Repeat the process thereof for engine 1. Engine 2. reset the generators. Okay, I guess we're ready now. Sorry about the aircraft taking off without me. So let me show you how the control surfaces work. Okay, about that other thought I said. I likely, will be following YouTube tutorials on certain days I feel like flying certain airplanes because the thing about Labrador 5-4 Gaming Productions is that we're not here all that often. You're referring to flying, We're really not. And of course I have nieces to take care of as why not. And I have a life too here at Labrador 5-4 Gaming Productions. So, looks like the spoilers are not seeming to want to close. That's not a good thing. Dull the brakes. Okay, let me look for something how to close the speed brakes. Okay, they're closed. I found the divide key on the number pad. Onto the runway we go. All our cans are on board, so at this point. Okay, the crew, please prepare for takeoff. When we begin the takeoff phase, I'm going to say that when we're airborne, we go to Glenwood Hills. Then we make our way back to Albuquerque, if needed. So right now, of course, we're on our way to Grand Junction to get some ducks out there. And of course, the lab's on board. Of course, making soft whoops, nuzzling seatbelted people. They're like, good human, good duck, you're doing great. Close your eyes, think of water, winds, and wonder. Water, winds, and wonder. And when we get above the clouds, the cans are, of course, are in assisted migration. Their wings whisper stories old as the wind. You're part of that journey now. Now, of course, the Midwest airliner here, because I felt like making this fantasy, they volunteered to help get some, hear that, get some labs to this part of America. Alright, and if anything goes wrong, I'm going to tell you this right now. We'll land anywhere, really, because where we're going, the reason why we're going VFR today is because, you know, Canvasbacks are needed wherever we go. And on this flight, since it's going to be lunch, it's going to be brunch, mind you, have a good one. Well, you'll get that at cruising altitude.
Albuquerque to Ozark Flight 4 Heavy ready for departing straight out at runway 8.
Ozark Flight 4 Heavy wind, 82015. Departing straight out of cleared for takeoff runway.
Cleared for takeoff runway 8 Ozark Flight 4 Heavy.
Let's go. Now, there's going to be a lot of alarms in the cockpit. Keep that in mind. Now, we got ducks to deliver. Of course, sorry about the airplane just taking off without me earlier. I'm still acquainted with this airplane myself. And I like this over freeware. Because the Labrador 5-4 Gaming Productions, you know, one of my real desires is to get a special issuance private pilot license, and why I fly this airplane here is because I eventually actually want to fly these airplanes for humanitarian aid and all that. And of course, ooh, we got a drunken player over there. Let's get the drone view and take a look at him. Let me see. Some drunken player. Well, that's me for now, and I'm trying to get out of that, you know, with, of course, constructive criticism. And be respectful about it, please, thank you. If you have anything to offer, please let me know, either messaging and or comments. And of course, as we look around here, is that Japan Airlines who's visiting us right here, right now? Oh, another drunkard. Yeah, another drunkard. Oh, Japan Transocean Air. begins now. Well, the reason for this flight here is just a dream I wanted to live out as a boy. Boring? Absolutely. Can you skip chapters at Labrador 5-4 Gaming Productions? Absolutely. Do I recommend that you find a timestamp in a chapter? Absolutely. Short answer is yes to all. I asked just now. Okay. Okay, there goes my DC-9, carrying all these Canvasbacks on board. Right ahead of us, 4 hills, correction, green is 4 hills, brown is Volterra. Uh-oh. We're on military property. I need to get back in the cockpit. Let's fly over Glenwood Hills first. Cruising phase has begun. Labrador 5-4, here you are. Living out your dream. Living out a childhood dream for the time being. You gonna feel happy that you did this? Absolutely. The reason I ask is because you see how evil the industry really is. Airline industry, that is.
Albuquerque to Ozark Flight 4 Heavy frequency change.
And above all, industry is evil.
Albuquerque approach Ozark Flight 4 Heavy is type 5 miles east of Albuquerque, 7,000 feet.
DC-9.
Request flight following.
Ozark 5-4 Heavy Albuquerque approach. Squawk 555.
Squawk 555 Ozark 5-4 Heavy.
Ozark 5-4 Heavy radar identified around east of Albuquerque, 7,100 feet. Altimeter 2.
Roger Ozark Flight 4 Heavy. Albuquerque approach Ozark Flight 4 Heavy. Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace.
Ozark 5-4 Heavy Albuquerque approach. Clear to the Charlie airspace.
Cleared through Charlie airspace, Ozark Flight 4 Heavy.
Alright, let's see if we can go over Glenwood Hills. See, because the vast majority of my dreams actually are frozen in time. And this is one of them I choose to live out. Though it probably won't get me the special issuance deal of being a private pilot, you know. At least I have something to show for. At least I have something to show I have the desire. Hi, Grit. He lives in this general area here. Hey, Grit the dog's general area. There I'm flying over his neighborhood now. I see him flying over Glenwood Hills really quick. I think I just really want to. I'll fly in the general area. Because it's safe. Around here is where Grit the dog lives. I as well as myself and my nieces. We live in this general area here. Oh yeah, right down below, these are my primary schools. There's El Dorado, there's Eisenhower, there's S.Y. Jackson in the neighborhood I call the Bermuda Triangle. And of course, over here. Now you're talking. Now we're over Grit the Dog's neighborhood. And who else lives here? Coughing in the state, even though it's mid to late July at this point. Right down below us is Coronado Airport. Altitude. Go to Everest. Now let's go to the height of Mount Everest. For this flight. Closest match. Okay, we can do this. Manually up. It's taking a while. Oh, here we are, Ozark Airlines volunteering to bring some cans to the American West, especially there within the Rocky Mountain region. You know, while I'm at it, of course, you may have heard from earlier that a lot of my dreams have been frozen in time, even as a child. And of course, my life's not exactly how it's planned right now because of one thing. Actually, there are many things. And of course, one of them is that a lot of my desires are frozen in time. I want to be a pilot for Ozark Airlines, however, the airline ceased operations in real life. And of course, this production shows and tells that if you dreamed of flying Ozark Airlines in real life at any point in your life, you can act it out in the simulator, which is something I'm doing here. Now at Labrador 5 Gaming Productions, and of course Joshua MD80, I beg your absolute mercy for this. Even though I followed along your tutorial and the airplane wouldn't move, I'm likely going to do that because at Labrador 5 Gaming Productions, we're pretend aviators. And I love doing that. I love playing pretend for a lot of matters. And I pretty much will only entertain good requests. Come on. Come on, Ozark Airlines. Come on, Midwest carrier. You can do it. Let's go. Come on. You can do it. Okay, the flaps got retracted just now. Well, you know, we may never reach the height of Everest sometime we record this video. We may just be high enough to scrape a 14er. Alright, let's go with the altitude of the Khumbu Icefall. As for our Sherpa in the back, the Sherpas, is it okay if we only go as high as the Khumbu Icefall? Okay. We're a little higher than the Khumbu Icefall.
Ozark 5-4 Heavy, you're leaving my airspace. Resume on navigation. Contact Albuquerque Center on 132.8. Good day.
18,000 feet is the Symbolic Icefall. Okay, we're seeing 250. Nah, let's go to Camp 2. Okay, let's go in between Camp 1 and Camp 2. Somewhere there along. Either way, you're in the depth zone. Look, because either way you're in the depth zone, however, this airplane's pressurized. Look, you're gonna be in the depth zone. Either way. But this airplane is pressurized. I know. Alright, summit it is. Summit it is. The reason I say this is because I also love Mount Everest. And of course, these Sherpa stories are very remarkable. Hey, Sherpa, you're in the death zone now. You know what that means, right? Hey, Fictional Sherpa Tenzing, you're in the death zone now. You know that, right? Or you're gonna be real soon. So prepare. So right now I think we're getting through the Khumbu Icefall. Or we just did. Now I'm saying this stuff because we have Sherpas on board as our cabin staff. Because then why not? That's why. 4,500 to go. Where is it? $5,000 to go. $4,000 to go. Give it what you got. Alright, cruising altitude it is. The crash settings are off, so at this point, aboard this Ozark Airlines flight, I'll announce it. Summit! A little over the summit. That's where we are. Okay. Cruising. Well, actually, at this point, we're above the clouds now. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your acting captain, Labrador 54 here. We're airborne, a little over the summit of Everest. And of course, our cargo of care is westbound towards the healing lands of Colorado. English Labradors. There's our, of course, our soft whoop, nuzzling a seatbelted passenger. Good human, good Doug, you're doing great. Close your eyes, think of water, wings, and wonder. The Sherpa above the clouds now, the cans are, of course, showing you and telling you their migration. Their wings whisper stories old as the wind. You're now part of that journey now. Although cans may not survive on Everest.
Ozark 54 heavy contact Everest sector on
I'm cruising over desert into Hope.
Good day.
Okay, we're now
Going to 118.57.
Denver Center.
Ozark 54 heavy. Denver Center.
We're in Denver Center.
Ozark 54 heavy. Flight 429.5.
Okay.
Ozark 54 heavy Denver Center radar contact continues.
Okay, we're now in Denver Center. We have just passed Shiprock now. To our right, left, up and down. And left, right, up and down. Echoes of ancestral skies. Flight is smooth. Feel free to ponder. Alright, all Sherpas distribute the chow. Well, I of course turn off the seatbelt sign. I'll just take this altitude as it is, even though we're way high above the summit of Everest, that is. Of course, please do not smoke on board. Now, of course, seatbelt sign, where is it? You guys are ducks, you know what to do. On board, so, of course, while we're at it, I'm going to go in the cabin. We all got the airplane. Okay, the Sherpas are getting the chow and everything ready. We're having momos for lunch today. Is that true? We're going to have momos? Zazu's favorite chow, since Zazu's been dead for a year now, an English lab. Well, this is both the... This is all versions, you know, animal, human, and of course, especially duck-friendly, right? Alright. This is basically, you know, Canvasback's favorite, you know, whatever, momos. Whatever is healthy for Canvasback momos. Of course, they're making an announcement here. As we walk through the cabin, the Sherpa tells the homos here, what rhymes with momos, these homo Canvasbacks here, saying, in the Himalayas, we carry dreams up mountains. Today we carry ducks across healing winds. Your thoughts are safe here. We're going to repopulate whatever the hunters took away from us. Canvasbacks fly in pairs, in kin, in care like you. They seek water and belonging. Here above the divide, we honor their bond. And the reason why Ozark Airlines is filling in today is because, you know, they chose to be a team player in this imagination I have in mind, in this story. And of course, Ozark Airlines, although merged with TWA and eventually ceased operations, you know, over the wing. Alright, there's always Flight Simulator. Okay. And now, look over the wing. do. Alright. From this row here, head towards the rear. This is who will be getting out. Remember how to operate the door? Now a DC-910, of course, is a very versatile airplane. You heard me correctly. The DC-910 is a very, 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 very versatile plane. And don't jump. Now, of course, even though this is not really enough alone to populate a lake in Grand Junction, a place who needs Canvasbacks, we're here on board, of course, to, you know, play a part in population. Because I'm the type of guy who says every little thing like I'm doing counts. Just as long as you actually try. As long as you do, and you just don't sit there and do nothing. And so right now, of course, while we're in the cabin, let me look for spots, you know, to make a thumbnail, quite possibly. Alright, let's put Canvasbacks in these seats here. Miles, that's close. I'm getting in. Yeah, I'll get the mail later. I know what a mail truck sounds like. That's what that sound is. Right here. Ah, yay. Greater than 250. Sorry about that, y'all. Come on. Gotta get up. Well, at least it's not red. At least it's not in the red zone here. That's good. It would say so otherwise. You know. Joshua MD80, I beg your utmost forgiveness for this matter. As you can see here, I admit I exceeded 250 knots, and of course, I guess I can reassure you that this here is not here. Mom calling me. Alright, you can check back later. I'm flying right now. Okay, well, I'm almost to Grand Junction. I'm 140 miles away to Grand Junction flying, so can you wait? Yeah. Right. Well, at least my mom let me finish the production here. Yeah, I beg your utmost forgiveness for this. It's the best I can do. Well, at least it's not here. So, a lot going wrong today. However, at Labrador 5-4 Gaming Productions, we must push on. We must, although I couldn't really do much right now. Yeah, I'm at 120. Of course, let me, of course, go and begin the process thereof. You know, landing. Just plan in advance, that's what we do. Well, we have to get over Everest for this matter. Well, the reason why I have Mount Everest Sherpas on board is because, yeah, why not? Even though this is an Ozark-based airliner. Yeah, we'll go Everest altitude whilst trying to land. How about that? For that matter. Go Everest. Okay, we're only 100 miles away. Okay, go and start making your way to summit now. Alright, in that case, landing. Okay, can I make sure they're okay? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is your acting Captain Labrador 5-4 here. It appears as if, of course, even while I still struggle to learn this airplane, and of course, you probably know how at Labrador 5-4 Gaming Productions, we make do with what we have, and this is one of these things here. I've now decided to begin the process thereof, beginning the descent into Grand Junction Regional Airport. So at this time, I ask that you return to your seats with your seatbelts fastened, and if you have nature calls, deal with them fast. And of course, at this point, we're descending now into Grand Junction. Wetlands below shimmer with anticipation, the cans are calling, and we're answering. As Labrador 5-4's final echoes reach them, new wings arrive. You brought more than ducks, you brought renewal. Whew, almost there, friends, you did it. Let's make this landing stick like muddy paws on the meadow trail. And of course the ducks, they're also wagging their tail feathers too. Summit, Everest, that's where we go. You know what the summit is? chart for the summit. Yeah, why not have Sherpas on board? Pretend anyway. This pretend narrative anyway. Why not have Sherpas on board? Why not?
Grand Junction Tower, Ozark is 68 miles south of 70 with Gulf to land.
Ozark Flight 4 heavy clear to Junction Tower. Altimeter 69 Fly right down runway 11.
Enter right downwind runway 11 Ozark Flight 4 heavy.
We're 50 miles away. I'll make this easy. I'll make it. Okay, at this point, I'll look around here. I'm going back in the cockpit. I'm gonna go back in the cockpit. Okay, let's go and descend to the Khumbu Icefall. Actually, between Khumbu Icefall and Camp 1. Let's descend. Now, the reason why I have Mount Everest Sherpas on board this flight is because, yeah, why not? Why not? That's why. Just why not? Actually, somewhere within the Khumbu Icefall. Let's say we're somewhere in the Khumbu Icefall. I'm time being I record this video. This is rather close, and of course, do this. Yeah, we're way above Everest from time we record this video. Hold on. This is just gonna be like an Everest whiteout, okay? Remember, hold on. Come on, Summit, show yourself. We're almost to Summit. Summit, yes. Okay. Hillary step. better not bounce this landing, Labrador 5-4. Look, I know you've exceeded the speed a lot. 250 just is not going to work. Okay. And if any other DC-9 aviator on here, acting one anyway, knows what I can stand or do better, please be respectful about it. You know how things go here, right? Hold on, prepare for a whiteout. Because that's how it is on Everest. Everest, harsh. You know that, right? Khumbu Icefall. Alright, here we are, Khumbu Icefall. Base camp. I say this because I love Mount Everest stuff. Come on, Sherpas. Too fast, I know. I understand we're too fast. Okay, so, about closing the speed brakes, note to self. Number pad where numlock is located. Press the divide button. Press that slash key, because that slash means to divide. Note to self. All cabin crew, please prepare for landing at this time, thank you. You know, I don't even care what runway this is, even if it's way far out, okay? All we care about is that we get there, right? Especially in this video. Alright, so... this is what I like to do. Too darn fast. Too darn fast. I understand that. This thing's blue. Just for a moment, okay? You may just have to turn red for a moment. Okay, just for a moment. It's okay, just for a moment. You know, I just can't stall over a desert. Hey, you realize you're talking to Labrador 5-4 Gaming Productions here? Especially. All cabin crew prepare for landing, please. Thank you. Yeah, all cabin staff prepare for landing at this time. Thank you. Hold on. Yes, you can come from the Ozarks and have spirit like this. Fighting spirits, especially good ones. Thanks, Ray. I know. I gotta land. Down. I understand, I'm too slow. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, 1 star. At least I turned the crash settings off. Ladies and gentlemen, we're on the ground. You know how everything here at Labrador 5-4 Gaming Productions goes. All emergency. At least you didn't bounce a landing. At least you touched down. You would have damaged landing equipment right there. However you didn't, because you know why? You turned off the crash settings. So let's get out of the runway. And request a taxi to a gate. You just can't go and pick. Let me just taxi.
Grand Junction, ground Ozark flight 4 heavy.
Right on. Alright, even though we got 1 star out of 5, let me tell you this. In real life, this airplane would have been destroyed by now. However, since I'm Labrador 5-4 Gaming Productions, you probably know that I'm always Mr. in a hurry. Since I'm always in a hurry here, I like to deliver these ducks in a timely manner. I'm going to tell you this, right here, right now. I did everything I can to give you these ducks today, okay? No, what are you doing? Yeah, the thing's gonna go right through the airplane. Therefore, I'm just gonna stop it right here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Grand Junction. At this point, I like to say, you know, although this was not an easy landing especially, and nothing really is. Nothing is easy. This was a good flight. And now, of course, as I go into cabin, one more thing and episode close out. Now, as I begin the process there of one more thing, I'm going to see if I can, of course, connect the jetway.
Grand Junction, ground Ozark flight 4 heavy. Could you please connect the jetway to the aircraft?
Ozark 5-4 heavy, the jetway is going to be connected.
Okay. In the cabin, let's do one more thing to close out the episode. Alright. Let me check on it. Yeah, referring to the jetway. First officer, get out. LSG Sky Chefs. If there's anything good. Okay. One more thing. I'm sure of it this time. Hey, y'all. You're all getting out. Back to front. Front to back. You all are getting out. As I begin one more thing, I'm going to say... And so we landed. Not just a plane, but a promise. Ozark Airlines, with the help of physics, psychics, intuition, Everest Sherpas, and soulful retrievers, brought the first flight of healing westward. Actually, this is not the first flight of healing westward, but one of the flights healing westward. The cans called, we answered, and somewhere near Grand Junction, hope took wing. We all worked together. We are referring to Ozark Airlines, TWA, Pan Am, Eastern, Western, we all work together. And now, of course, let's deboard the plane. And at this point, you know, since you guys are Sherpas, you want to rappel down this. Okay. You can do that. Look at them go. Okay, let's send the next service items in. Let's offload everything.
Grand Junction ground Ozark 5-4 Heavy, could you please send the catering truck?
Ozark 5-4 Heavy, the catering truck is on the road.
Grand Junction ground Ozark 5-4 Heavy, could you please send the baggage?
Ozark 5-4 Heavy, baggage is on the way.
Okay, let's...
Grand Junction ground Ozark 5-4 Heavy, could you please send a ground power unit?
Ozark 5-4 Heavy, ground power unit is on the road.
Okay, let's watch them connect. It's the chow truck. What are they gonna do for once? Wow, vehicles intersecting against each other. Okay, that's gonna be just about our show. If you like, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, we'll see you all around. End of narration, pretty much. Let's just watch the service vehicles do their things. Okay. Okay, well, I wasn't watching. Everybody else, alright. Get those embryos and everything. Alright, I'm sure of it. End.